Get down! Paid the cost to be the boss!
Selamat datang to Boss Bikes from Jakarta today, capital of the world's fourth most populous country, Indonesia. Aerodynamicists will tell you that laminar flow is the smooth progress of things in regular paths. Just look at this traffic. In this city, you're always completely surrounded by motorcycles whirring past you. Our featured Honda, the CB500X, is a rare specimen here, to tell the truth. Although Honda has 70% market share, only 5% of their sales are of bikes over 500 cc's. That's the canvas on which the CB500X is painted. Global motorcycle sales in 2016 were roughly 130 million units. The US accounted for 500,000 sales. The UK took about 130,000. Together, if you're doing the numbers, they account for a scant 0.5% of global sales. Indonesia, meanwhile, sold 6 million bikes in 2016, and only China and India sell more. One way or the other, Indonesians are bikers. And as you can see, motorcycles are pressed into all sorts of service. If you work in a major city and you're a courier and you think it's hard work, look at that bike ahead of us. That is heavy work. Let's go through what it's got. It's a proper middleweight bike. Big-bodied but not fat. Well-engineered but straightforward. Good brakes. Comfortable suspension. Decent weather protection. Great luggage. A pliant engine. Adjustable levers. Comfortable room for two. Excellent LED lights. The twin-cylinder DOHC 8-valve engine is 471 cc's, throwing out a shade under 50 horsepower. With a generous tank, it'll do about 300 miles between refuels. Its front forks are adjustable with flexible damping at the rear. There's a bash plate on the engine, and the exhaust sounds fine. Our view at Boss Bikes is that the small adventure bike will be the future of urban commuting. That's if you choose something other than a scooter. BMW has shown its GS 310. KTM is preparing its Adventure 390. Upright, nimble, tall, and built to carry stuff, they're the perfect solution to crowded transport needs. This is about as off-roady as it gets. Gritty bridge. Water on the road. Dust. Oh shit. And the CB500X, though given very little marketing oxygen by Honda, has been ahead of the curve for years now. In its latest iteration, it's just a great bike. Now that we've done that assault course, I can also verify that the CB500X is a totally competent adventure bike. Somehow, its potential has never really been appreciated. It's the Cinderella of Honda's range, put to work in the kitchen while it could really be the star of the ball. Riding middleweights is basically all about accepting compromise. They're biggish, but not very powerful. Heart quickening, but not mind-zingingly fast. If you're a lazy gear changer, the CB500 will surprise you with how often it asks for a shift. If you're coming from a small bike, you'll be surprised how strong its brakes are. If you're coming from a 1-litre superbike, you'll be puzzled by how long it takes to stop. That's how you feel at the end of the day of riding it. It's a perfectly good bike, but it's hard to explain why. We'd like to thank Chris Salmon at Astra Honda here in Jakarta. They generously gave their time to guide us around the nooks and crannies of Jakarta, one of the world's most colourful cities. Tell me about the CB500X. How's it been going? Who's been buying it? What's it being used for?
Actually, unique and character motorbikes because most of people in Indonesia like touring.
Yeah.
Indonesia is a big
It's a big country.
So people in Indonesia like touring, go over there, and this one is a great choice
Yeah.
for day use
I can see
for
that.
traveling.
Yeah. If you think of this bike as an animal, what would you say it is?
Horse.
A horse.
Horse.
So there we are. The Honda 500X has everything you might want. And yet, it might leave you utterly unmoved. It's a study in how you can get things so right, no one actually remembers a thing about it. With just an injection of character, either from an engineering solution that we can admire, or from greater styling courage that lets you roll down the road with a bit more panache, this bike might yet become the definitive urban bike of our times. Chris called it a horse. We agree it'll take you anywhere and be a faithful friend, no doubt. We just wish it was a ride you'd never forget.